Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I think it's time to do some preliminary thoughts on the April Fool's event, since we're going to be playing it for a decent amount of time, since there are, 8 stages I think, to complete it on. And to be honest, already I'm a little bit bored with it, so this might be the first April Fool's event in a long time that I just don't complete, because I'm not that interested in it. The game mode itself is fun for a few times. You know, the verticality of it is pretty fun, being able to jump around and enjoy yourself. But the fact that you need 40,000 mission score in order to get one of the boxes every 2 days without any of the multipliers and anything like that, and the general issues the game mode has, it's just going to be annoying as all hell. There is a few issues with the game mode as well. There are some buildings which have good old invincibility boxes around them, so if infantry members get inside of them, you just can't kill them, and then also they can kill you. So that's a bit of an issue, and hopefully that's fixed. There is a lot of positives about the game mode, though. The actual models themselves are beautiful, as usual. I wish the camera, the 3D camera, was a little bit further away from the general soldier, so therefore you could kind of see the whole of the general soldier. I feel like the 3D camera is a little bit too close to the soldier, so it isn't really giving a proper 3D view, just kind of like a half one, which looks kind of crap. So hopefully that gets filled, or fixed, I should say. And then also, at the same time, the guns are really cool, they sound awesome. The general ATGMs are pretty interesting, you know, the setup of them's pretty cool. It is kind of odd that it uses its own system for controls, so you can't modify them, I don't think, or maybe you can, but it just seems odd that they won't use like the standard controls that you have for all your stuff. But yeah, it's just a little bit weird there. The new Alaska map is really cool, and we're going to have a look at it tomorrow, because I hope it actually gets added to the game. It's basically Alaska, but it has a set of trains around it just wandering about. And that is really awesome. There's also a few changes to Seversk, where they've opened up some of the areas which were closed before. So hopefully we see some of these variations in the future for War Thunder itself. I think it would be kind of nice to see. There is a few issues with the weapons, though, themselves, even though there is a few weapons which are new to the game, or at least a set of weapons which are kind of new. You've got, of course, some of the good old spike missiles, which have shown their head again, just like they did last year. And then also, you have a few turrets, which are mounted on the infantry members, which are seen on some more modern vehicles, like the T90M. So maybe we'll see those in the future. I don't know why so many people are hyped about the T90M. I don't know why you would take it over the T80 BVM, but c'est la vie. You know, we live in an interesting world where people have odd opinions. The issue with the weapons is some of them are just completely useless. There is a bunch of them in the game which just don't do enough damage. Like the 8.6mm is just useless. The only guns which are useful are the sniper, which one-shots people basically from what feels like hip upwards, and then also the assaulter's main gun, which if you aim for heads will one-tap people as well. All the other ones are pretty bad. The grenade launcher can be fun on the anti-tank guy, and also the crazy missiles can be pretty fun on the anti-tank guy against stuff such as tanks. But I feel like the general issue with the game mode at the moment is the balance is just not there. And generally you get that, you know, when it comes to these events, the first few days it's a little bit haphazard until people figure out the meta, and then Gaijin start doing changes based on the meta. One of the big issues, though, for me is the general speed of it. So they've made, they've done 2 separate sets of spawn points. So you've got vehicle spawn points, and then you've got the infantry spawn points. I feel like either the maps are too big, or the infantry themselves should even spawn even closer. They are so slow moving around the place. They need to be quickened up. Like, I would probably make them 20 to 50% faster, just so it feels more arcadey and feels more fun. For some reason, they've decided to pick realistic as the game mode for an arealistic set of events. So I don't know why everything's just slowed down for some reason. but I would like it quickened up. The idea of having a ton of mobility is really cool, but if you can't use that mobility because you're artificially slowed down, why would you do that? Also, the tank controls, and what I mean by the tank controls is the controls on the specific infantry themselves. Whoever decided to make it so if you hit forward and right or left at the same time, it angles your whole infantry member. Please, we are not in 2005, okay? This is not 2005. Games fixed this a very long time ago when it comes to movement. Even the Resident Evil games fixed this, and they were one of the biggest issue makers with what we class as tank controls. It is really jarring going back to systems which are inferior to ones that exist right now. So hopefully they can remove that tank control setup. All you've got to do is just make it so your infantry member doesn't turn their gun when strafing. Like, that's it. Because it it is so annoying repositioning, and then your guy just goes for, like, he just aims his gun somewhere else for some reason, because I'm guessing can't rotate the shoulders. So yeah, a little bit annoying on that front, so hopefully that's fixed. And at the same time, you know, as I said, it's a game mode that I've had a decent amount of fun with in the first few games, but in order to get 40k score, I had to end up playing for 3 hours and 15 or 16 games. And at that point, it just gets kind of boring, because you just start doing the same things over and over again, because you want to get it done as efficiently as possible, because you want to get away from the game mode. Because, you know, you don't get any SL from it, you don't get any RP from it, and you're basically doing it for decals and, you know, loading screens and all this stuff, which is nice. You know, it's nice that there are rewards. I just feel like it's a bit too much. Like, 20k would have been nice. In the Enlisted event, right? In the Enlisted event, which is going on over the same period, the April Fool's event with the Walkers, you need to just play 3 games, and that's it every day. And I think that's a really good setup. And you know, I actually had a really good time in the Enlisted one. You can also do your dailies at the same time in the Enlisted one, and you can also, you know, do a few other things. It gives people access to different weapons. A lot of, like, Battle Pass weapons are used in the event, whereas in the War Thunder one, okay, it's the T-80 again, it's the Abrams again, it's the Mi-28 again, it's the Apache again. You know, why not just bring out crazy, wackadoo, like, old vehicles, like event vehicles from back in the day, or, you know, just weird planes and stuff. Maybe they could have added in the spaceships or something to the game as, like, aircraft. Just try something a little bit different instead of, like, the basic stuff we see all the time. But overall, we'll see how it goes. I'll play it again tomorrow when the 40k resets. But yeah, it's this is going to be a painful one, I think. I definitely preferred Arrakis, and also, after coming out of tank football over the last month, which has been super fun, this one definitely feels a little bit slow and just a little bit more boring. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Millie Draper, Juan the Panda, Nick R. Cupila, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie B. Young, Peter Grayling, Jerry Provolt, Bareen, Alan Hacker, Sem Arslan, Uncle Bean, Derek R., and Lafouche for supporting the channel.